I don't know why I did that, but I just did it. I had it sitting there. I haven't used old Shatner for a while. Hey, everybody. I am Art Taber, and welcome to Brofessionals. This is a rotating show that we have 6 panel members, including myself, and we switch every week on who hosts it. Different topics, usually comic related, but when Billy's hosting, sometimes it gets a little political. He gets very frustrated with society today. But anyway, it is Art's turn, but we think Art may be in the eye of the storm of hurricanes crushing the Gulf Coast there in Texas. So we're not really sure. So I have stepped in last second to host this baby, and let's just find out who is here and what's happening. Let's welcome one of the bros. It's Andy Smith. Hello, Andy.
Hello. Well, hello there.
You guys get hurricanes in South Carolina, don't you? Occasionally?
I don't live in South Carolina.
North Carolina? Where do you live?
There you go. North Carolina.
Why don't you keep
actually, the last they do, but it's very few and far between. Like, on a serious note, the last one that came through here, I think it was 89. And obviously I wasn't living here, but people told us that everything was down and out for about 2 weeks here. So it's difficult for them to still kick up, winds like that this far inland.
Yeah. Well, I remember we got hit by a hurricane when we were both in Florida, and you didn't lose your power.
Oh, yeah.
And we did. So we were like over at your house all the time, waiting for our
we
power
evacuated. The reason we left, one of the reasons I should say we left Florida is because in 2004, in that fall, we had 2 hurricanes, 1 tropical storm, had to evacuate for a hurricane, did not for the tropical storm, which seemed a hell of a lot worse. And then the hurricane that was supposed to literally come right over our neighborhood and stuff.
Right.
Thankfully for us, not the people south, it, I don't know, 30, 40 miles south, something like that. It decided to just cut and go in earlier. So we were saved, but they got wrecked down there. So.
Okay, I remember let's bring in Mr. Boom. He's also here, Dan Fraga. We sit here and have a hurricane conversation without Dan. Welcome, Dan.
Hello, gentlemen. Good to see
Dan's
you.
His own hurricane.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was I can't remember which one it was, but we had one where the eye literally was right over the top of us. So you had that really weird calm for about, 5 minutes or whatever it was. And then boom, hit us again.
God.
It was really weird.
That sounds horrible. I grew up with earthquakes. You talk about 89. We had World Series going on. Battle of the Bay was the Giants versus the A's.
Yes, I remember that well.
And it was October. Yeah. And
the Bay Bridge collapsed, didn't it? Or part of the Bay Bridge?
It sure did.
Yeah.
A piece of it came down. Yeah, and there were other pieces of freeway that had fallen as well. And then, of course, you had the one in LA, the Northridge, which is a huge one.
Right, and the 405 collapse, or wasn't it the 405 part of that collapse?
So it's a trip. But we get tornadoes here in Macon too, and there's literally a part of Macon that they call Tornado Alley.
Really?
I'm sure the houses are cheap there too.
Oh wow!
Right, and newly built.
Yeah, we've gotten tornadoes here before as well.
That's horrible.
So, yeah.
Well, I just got a message from Billy. He says he'll be in a minute. So we know Graham is on vacation.
Well, I'm going to time him. I know, slacker.
I don't understand this vacation thing. Can you guys explain what that means? I've never.
It's a trip.
I don't either.
I was thinking about I've maybe taken 3 as an adult, and the first one was in '97.
One time
to Hawaii with my buddy Jimmy J and his family.
I've gone on vacation one time in my life. Everything else, any vacation I went on was comic book related, like a convention.
Right. See, I didn't know what to do.
I mean, I've gone on some, but it's, I guess the last one is when Courtney turned 21 in May, we left and went down to Florida for like 5 days total, 6 days, something like that. So, but beyond that, it's usually just like a longer weekend, maybe a 4-day weekend, generally a 3.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I never heard
I found that especially the first time. I remember we had these hammocks. The hotel had these hammocks between palm trees, and I had to find a place that had beer. So I bought some Coronas, and I said, "This feels weird to me to just lay here and do nothing and drink
I know.
beer." It felt strange. I felt like you know.
Yeah.
Something's
I
waiting.
used my vacation time at CrossGen to go up to New York and try and find work. So, no, it is weird. It is weird when you're so used to, like our schedules, it's like you get the job done. And then you take a break. It doesn't matter if you have to work 21 days straight or whatever. And so you get into that mode and then you go, I'm going to sit down and watch a movie. And you're like, can I really afford to sit here for 2 hours and watch a movie when I've got work to be done? You know what I mean? I get that in my mind all the time.
And the thing that sucks about freelance is you never know, like that lull in between. That could be, you don't want to spend that money because you have a lull. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gap. Exactly. Your vacation money is gap insurance, essentially. And and also just I don't know how. Like, clearly I know how to relax, but I don't know how to relax for multiple days at a time.
Yeah, no, I get that. I totally get that.
Shelly and I went to Mexico one time. We went on this vacation, just her and I was on the beach and I brought my sketchbook. She's out there laying in the sun and I'm sitting there in the shade with my sketchbook, coming up with ideas for Power Cubed and different things. I was like, I just could not lay there and do nothing.
Right?
No. Yeah, it's just crazy.
I'm not a beach guy though.
Yeah,
me neither. But that's what meditation's for. We got a great chat in the house tonight. You want to say what's up to those awesome folks?
Well, I'll, sure. Why not? Why wouldn't I do that? Citizen Ronan's here. Past Master Dan, JP Roca, Dr. Mask's Retro Elixir is joining us. I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see. Ryo Stu is joining us. Thank you, JP Roca. Let's see who else we got here. Hank Abbott. Yo,
what's up to my man? That's my dude.
Hank, man. How about JS? How about Dan the Pizza Man Genovese is here?
Well, hello.
Dan Genovese disappeared for a while, and I'm calling him out every time I see him now. I was like, because he's back. He's like back on all the streams. Yeah. He was gone for a while, and I miss saying Dan the Pizza Man Genovese. Vaughn Coleman is here, cracking jokes.
What up, Vaughn?
Squibs. Let's see here. Vaughn Coleman says Billy gets political because he doesn't know anything about comics and he's trying to cover it up.
That's true.
That is true.
What do the kids say? No lies detected.
That's right.
Like that. No, that's not cap.
Quote the Raven, Lewis Bright Raven is here. He says, I'm the one who lives in South Carolina. We get hurricanes and tropical storms on the coastal area. Yeah. We get pretty strong winds in the Midlands where I live. There you go. Hank Abbott, no relation to Abbott and Costello, I don't believe. Matt Watt is here. Let's see who else we got. Creative Faye is joining us, April. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate that. Cole King. Wrathchild. Sorry, I thought it was Wraithchild. I'd have even more respect for you. Wrathchild 78. Paul Taylor, our resident biologist, showing up. That's very good. Thanks, Paul. Spaceman is joining us. Lone Star Viper. And let's see. Paul Taylor says, didn't Billy once run an aircraft carrier for a party? So he's doing all right. That was back in the 90s when a lot of people were doing all right.
That's right.
The great Belle Winters is joining us. Look out. We could end up in a video.
What's up, Belle?
Hey. She's going to be a guest on the DNA show tomorrow.
Oh, really?
With Abra's 2 cents. Now, the ladies are taking over.
Hey, I watched Abra. Right. The show was called Abra and Cecil. And I'm like, when did this become a thing? And so I caught the tail end of that today. But so is Belle going to show her face or is she going to hide behind an emoji?
No. She'll have the camera off, which is fine. It's, people have
mystery is good, man.
Real job, real lives and stuff. And, would you want to show your face on stream with me? No,
I wouldn't either.
But it's too late for you, buddy.
My voice is too recognizable.
That's right. You sound just like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's why I learned all those other ones so I could be on streams and be someone else.
That's right.
Exactly. We can pretend. This is all play acting, folks. We're really just really horrible people in person, but we come off as so nice. And Okay, you guys, I do have a couple of impromptu topics. This would be perfect for Billy if he actually would
I'm
show
Art
up.
Bear, guys. Hey,
There he
I'm
is.
Art Bear.
Oh,
Here.
Don't worry
Well,
about
actually,
me. I should be okay.
Maybe
Praise the Lord.
what you should do is wait till Billy comes in to talk about this one.
What is it? Were you going to talk about the NATO thing?
No, this is it's about movies. It's about movies. So let's talk about art and wait till Billy shows up, and then I'll switch gears and we'll go on to this
What kind of art
thing.
do you mean? Like comic art? Like art?
No,
art
yeah,
or
I want your favorite, like some foreign artists, foreign born artists that you think deserve maybe a shout out.
I don't think Fragaboom saw in the chat that you brought that up from the way he's acting.
Well, as Andy's talking,
I'm like, huh? I know my first choices. I know.
Okay, exactly. Well, Andy's going to go first. I'll give you a little time maybe to pull some artwork or something. So, Andy, go ahead. Let's talk about some foreign talent that has really made an impression on you and the industry, probably.
Well, I don't know if this person's made an impression on industry. I found this book. Don't pull the screen. I'm going to share it, but don't pull it up yet.
Okay.
So yeah, don't pull it up yet. So I found this book. I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So I found this book. When I used to go to San Diego, I would always go by Stuart Yang's booth because of all the foreign books he had.
Come on, let's get the pronunciation right.
Stuart Yang. Whatever.
Okay.
Ing, Ning, whatever. Okay. And because the books he has are great.
Yes.
99% of them are foreign.
Yep.
Which was nice because I could just look at the pretty pictures and have an excuse why I wasn't reading anything I bought.
Right.
And he had this one tome, as they call it.
Yeah.
And I actually picked up a couple of them. You can share the screen now.
Okay. So now we got the intro out of the way. Now I can share.
So it's Jazz
great.
Maynard.
Those are great.
Is the name of the book. And they just reprinted this stuff a few years ago over here in comic book form. So you actually could read them. I didn't buy them because I'm like, I already got the hardcovers. Oh, look, it starts with a bad word. We'll go right past that.
I actually did a profile on this guy on my show. I did a profile on this.
They call them.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
So what's the guy's name? Is it Rawl or is it?
I can grab it right now.
Good Lord, I love this guy's stuff. It's so stylized, but the environments are drawn so well. The people. He's got the way it's very graphic in regards to, there's no rendering. It's either white or it's black. There's no feathering and stuff.
And
look at that
black color too. Look at this.
But
gosh, so good.
Not happening.
Like that. Look at that last panel with the blues and the yellow and stuff.
I know, that is so good. This guy is awesome. Okay, do I have to look up his name because you didn't do it? Is that what you're
talking about? I tried. It says find the book.
It says Rawl or Roger and look here. I'll go back to the cover real quick. So the cover says Rawl. It's hard to read. Raul, whatever, and Roger. And I think Roger must be the artist because I would expect the artist name to be second. But I've Googled before and couldn't really find it.
I knew it at one time. Like I said, I did a profile on him, and now I can't think of his name off the top of my head. But anyway, you guys, this is if you just look up Jazz Maynard, you'll be able to find that's the name of the book and the character. I guess the character.
Menard. Sorry.
Menards. Got kicked right in the Menards.
But yeah, and just he does it. Here's the thing. So, like I said, I've got a couple of these.
Yes.
And I can't read.
That's it.
What is it?
Right there.
Oh, Roger Ibanez. Oh, okay. Cool. So it is Roger.
Roger Ibanez.
There you go. Well, thank you very much. So it's like I said, when I first got it, I couldn't read it. But the guy's storytelling is so on point that you could follow it.
Dude, that is I don't want to get sidetracked, but that is such a lost thing in comics that, and I'm very sensitive to storytelling in my books in so much that I don't even do all the kind of imagey, jazzy page layouts. I'm just so concerned about, do you understand what's happening in the story? And are you, and I get a lot of people that tell me that they can read my books without the dialogue. And sometimes they prefer to do that.
Oh,
Well, I mean, 3 or 4 pages in, I'm like, this guy can't write dialogue, but he draws pretty pictures, so
yeah,
I just follow it.
that's what you're right.
Um,
But no,
but
it's
no,
so
seriously, like, just look at that city. Oh God, that city's nice. Everything, the panel compositions. I love the cropping in that 4th panel as he's walking away.
Yeah,
I
and
mean, I
just
just
the
look at
gesture.
this,
Look at that
and
girl like putting on her shoes or whatever. It's like, even though it's really sort of exaggerated, the gesture is so right on. The weight
right.
distribution, everything, so nice.
You look at this, and you want to like. I'd love to talk to the guy and be like, "Who are your influences?" Because I'd like to track back on this guy. Also, I'm curious how old he is. Now I guess I know his whole name. I could Google it and probably
They're
find out.
probably all
But,
younger than us. Maybe
oh, I'm
not younger
sure
than Fraga. Fraga's still kind of youthful.
he
Sort of.
is.
In
Look how
my
he
own
throws
way.
that
All
guy
those kids are
down.
prematurely aging you, but you know,
That's
what
it
That's true.
happens. It happens.
So I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, I might have to see if they collected the comics into a trade paperback,
Oh,
and
I think they have.
because it's been a few years now. Yeah, and just buy it. Just
I
bite the
think there's a
bullet,
couple
buy it.
volumes of this, actually. I think you can. I think on Amazon you can find them too. I may be mistaken. I'm
Right.
trying to remember. It's been a while since I did the profile on him, but I had looked up all this stuff, and I can't remember.
See, when you look now, is it me, just me, or when you guys look at something like this that is really stylistically different from what you do, do you think to yourself, man, I want to try drawing at least 2 pages this way?
Oh yeah.
And just have this dude stuff open in front of you and go, okay, I'm doing this. Let me see how he would do it so I can really get it. Look at that chick running in that first panel. That
I
is
know.
the twist
I
and
know.
the subtlety that's in it. Her back
Mhm.
foot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
that guy's mouth getting blown away in that
I
panel.
know. I
Second
know.
panel.
It's awesome. I often sit there and I look at stuff like this and I go, God, why am I so conventional? I wish I was more out of the box in
Adventurous.
my thinking, but I'm just a
Adventurous.
conventional thinker, you know?
Yeah.
These
I
guys
love
are
the subtlety of the gun. The one gun that's totally out of bullets. You can tell because the slides all the way back and stuff.
Yeah.
The way it actually happens when a gun's out.
yeah, it's like
But yeah, no, I'm like you, Aaron. I grew up. Well, you and I grew up with the same influences, even though we're a few years apart.
yeah.
And I mean, it shows in our work, and that's not a bad thing. But then you have somebody like Fraga, who, I mean, him and I. So it's funny. I think Aaron and I are the same distance apart as Dan and I are.
Probably.
But Dan, so Aaron and I had the same like influences from the guys in the 70s, but then Dan and I have like
The 80s.
the same likes and influences from the 80s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So you're skiing, bro.
oh, look at that
Well, look,
little nip. Got to get past that.
little
All right,
boobage.
there we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this stuff is just so nice. I look at this and I go, God, I would, if this dude got hired by like, to draw a superhero book, I'd buy it. I'd be all
heck
over it.
yeah, I would. in a
I'd like
second.
to see his Punisher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at this. Look at this chick dying in his arms right here. Look at this. The weight.
Yeah.
I
It's just
know.
incredible.
Yep.
My dog can't believe it either. He's just going nuts.
No, not at all.
Um,
So yeah, so this is I mean, might as well we're almost done with this first issue, so I might as well just keep going. But this is the actual book I have too, not in English. Now, like that panel right there, the first one on that second tier, that chick, very Jason Pearson looking.
yeah, there is some like Pearsonisms.
Oh yeah,
in this stuff. Look at this crowd back here behind her in that last or the second to last panel.
Yeah,
just the people's the body language. This guy definitely studied anatomy. And that's the weird thing. You look at this and you go, this guy's anatomy's all jacked up, and yet you can tell by how he does the poses and the weight distribution and things like that he really studied anatomy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is right on the money.
So good.
Yep.
So brushy good, because I'm assuming it's all brush. So
well,
if I found out this was digital, that would just hurt me.
Yeah, I would too. I would
got to get past that.
Hey, hang on now.
That was it. There you go. So
Stealth X5 for $2 says hello. Well, thank you. Stealth, hello back to you. That's actually his sort of trademark greeting, the $2 hello. We appreciate it very much.
That's right.
Paul Taylor giving a shout out to Andy, says Andy did an episode on his channel on foreign comics. There are lots of good titles in France, of all places. There are actually.
Yeah.
All righty, Dan, have you corralled something for us?
Oh yeah, this was my top choice, and I thought Andy was going to go for it. I mean, he's great. Go ahead and hit it.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe I will.
Alberto Breccia.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
an Argentinian. And this guy is the master of expression and light. So, I mean, you could see the drawing ability, but look at this
Oh my
face.
goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right, and then
look at that.
Yeah, look at that one there. Look at the texture on his suit. Yeah, Breccia blows my mind, and there's certain. Look at the lighting on this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That old dude, man, that is so good. This
mean,
guy's really not a draw. God, it just pisses me off.
I feel like I know this. I feel like I know this doctor. You know what I'm saying? Or if he is, I'm looking at him and I'm like, I know this guy. Yeah. And then if we, I'm gonna close this window and go into some other stuff because I didn't really stumble upon him. I had the very wonderful circumstance of interviewing Dennis Cowan a few years back, and we were talking about influencers.
He's not foreign, Dan.
Let me grab the super chat real quick while you're looking. Stat Zero for $5. Hi there, panel. Good to see you all again. Andy, check your DMs. There you go. Thanks.
I will do that.
Dennis Cowan is not foreign. No,
dude,
he's not.
I wish.
But he told me we started.
Hang on a second. I wish I'd been more ready for that burp because I have this.
I know who you're going to talk about. No,
hold on a second. Hold on. So Dennis, we got on the conversation about Zafino. You know who's?
Oh my gosh!
He is so good.
On. Jorge
and
his son
too. Yeah,
his son. Is it Gerardo?
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy we were talking about. Just all that like burly,
Jorge
looking stuff. Oh,
yeah, but Jorge, his dad, he's dead. He passed away.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. So if you want to share my screen, Aaron, this is some other stuff. This is what sold me on Breccia.
Oh, look at that shadow work.
Just that alone, because Dennis showed me, and then you get this. Look at all that. So it's sort of like Topi with Kevin Nolan with like
little Wrightson in there kind of feel. Some of those faces.
Yeah, the book is called Mort Cinder. The artist is Alberto Breccia. Just fantastic stuff. Like, look at these line choices, and it does so much. And even far away, you look at these thumbnails, and it's like they all look interesting. They want to pull your eye in. Like, look at the what do they call it? Notan, the distribution of and balance of black to white. This page is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
is. And the thing is, looking at it, at least on my screen, it really it's a little bit bigger than like a thumbnail. So I'm really only catching the darks and the lights, but it is really balanced so nicely.
The guy knows his stuff.
These guys put us to shame. It just pisses me off. We shouldn't do shows like this anymore.
This is the book here.
What was your idea?
I know.
It's out of stock in Canada, in Canada, but I have a VPN running, so it thinks I'm in Canada.
Mort Cinder, huh?
Mort Cinder by Breccia, Breec.
Not to go off topic, what VPN do you use?
Anonymous.
Is that the actual name brand or whatever?
Hello.
Okay. Let me grab this. Paul Taylor, Canadian $10. Hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Hello. Are you supposed to sing that?
Won't you tell me your name?
Hello. I love you. Let me jump in your game. These are groovy comics babies from the soul, Dan.
Word up. That's what's up.
And
you know, that's the wonderful thing I don't know if you guys are big into having mentors or well, I know Andy is, just that there's the like almost big brothers, you know. I knew
Yep.
Dennis since I was 15, and he bestowed a lot of knowledge on me, but you know, about Prince, about Bruce Lee, about, you know, comics and stuff, and it's just wonderful because and guys like Graham too, you know, Graham, he's always dropping gems and jewels. I didn't know who Roy Crane was. Like
No.
the extent of my uh, knowledge was basically Hal Foster, Milt Caniff, Alex Raymond, and that's it. You know, I didn't know about Stan Drake or Leonard Starr. I didn't know about those guys at all. Dennis introduced me to that work.
God, I almost feel like we should kick him now just because of all this. Even though you know about him now, it's just
Hey, you know, there's an old saying, better late than never, and nobody
That's
epitomizes
true.
it better than this guy, than teen sensation Billy Tucci. There he is.
Yeah,
Tucci.
From a
yeah.
star said, call me better late than never.
That's right.
Superstar.
Look at this guy. Animal Presti.
Billy, welcome.
Oh, what is wrong with this thing?
You know, it's funny that better late than never. My wife likes to say, with me at least, better early than not at all. And I'm like, that's not a compliment, but I'll take it, I guess.
Billy, we are doing favorite foreign artists, foreign-born artists. They can work in the American comics market, but they would have to be foreign-born.
And we kind of brought up some. I mean, so even though we talked about, like, for example, Billy brought out Wanho, you know, with Black Sad, and you go, oh, fuck.
Well, but I'm out because that was my one go-to. That's
again.
All.
That dude again.
Well, that's all I know, dude. I don't know.
I got a backup for you, Billy.
Come on.
Well, I'll go, and then you can go after me. Give you a little chance to dig some visuals up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this guy works in American comics. In fact, I see him at conventions every once in a while, but he lives in South America. I want to say Brazil because everybody's from Brazil, right? But I don't know if that's accurate. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I love his stuff. Please welcome the art of Thomas Giarello.
Oh man, yeah, dude.
Wow.
He did some Conan, like King Conan stuff for Dark Horse that really caught my eye. And he does all of his stuff in pencil, and then I think he colors it himself over the top of the pencil.
Like Jay Anceletto.
It's gorgeous. So good. And anyway, so he did a series, I think it was 6-issue series, like a couple of years ago, is the last thing I saw, called Odin's Eye. And there's Odin, and he's missing his eye. So he's probably looking for his eye. I've got all of them. I just haven't read them yet. But my goodness, he has some groovy stuff. I met him at the comic show in Indiana. I can't remember what it was called. Maybe it was Indiana Comic-Con. I have no idea. Or Indianapolis Comic-Con, or, you know, something of that nature. Check this out. Check out this double page spread by
golly.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
Each of those is a painting on its own, like a, you know.
But much like Zaffino, he draws these really sort of thick barbarian dudes with thick barbarian horses, and it's just really, really cool, detailed stuff. Like I said, it's all pencil. So like if you were to buy an original page from him, it's all pencil, really super tight. But you kind of wish that, you know, you'd love to see these inked, to see what, you know, either he does it or, you know, somebody like, yeah, I don't know, Danny Mickey maybe, or somebody like that, to kind of really sort of give you that rough but yet still kind of commercial line, might really make this stuff, you know, next level. Not that it isn't already, because I love his stuff to death. But so the miniseries again is called Odin's Eye. I don't think they put it in a trade yet, but you can. And he did King Conan for Dark Horse. No, it was was it Image? Might have been Image, or it might have been another.
Must have missed it, because this is what we're looking at. Odin's Eye right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing this stuff.
Yeah, I caught it in a comic shop when it came out. I just happened, because I follow him on Facebook, and I do talk to him every once in a while. but that's how I was aware of it, because he was posting like pages from it.
Right.
And let me see if I can find who the publisher is. Bad Idea Comics, whatever that means.
Oh, Bad Idea. Yeah. I know what they are.
But they
That's
were.
cool.
I want to see if I can find some King Conan by.
Yeah, that's the stuff I remember. And he also did just regular, Conan stuff as well.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was later in the run.
I found some stuff. Check these freaking pencils out, man. This will change your life.
My God! Wow.
Shut up.
I'm looking. No, I'm serious.
Oh,
astonishing.
I thought you were going. Where's the pencils?
No,
out?
I'm looking. I'm getting books out of my bookshelf, and I'm looking.
Check that out. That's what his pencils look like, and then they scan those and color them.
Look at that freaking typewriter. Good Lord.
That's a bad man.
Yeah, I love his stuff. But look at that, the Conan dude, man. He's so those thick shadows. Just the heavy line.
I couldn't pencil that tight.
No, it'd drive me nuts. You might as well ink it. I mean, it's like, dude, if you're gonna put that much work into it.
Yeah.
I remember when Brian Boland was working on what was the
Animal Man?
No, the King Arthur thing they did with Mike Moore.
Camelot 3000.
Yeah, Camelot 3000. That he wasn't happy with Bruce Patterson's inks. So
right.
But he couldn't ink it himself because it would take forever, right? And so then they said, well, go ahead and we'll just do really tight pencils. But then him doing tight pencils ended up taking as long as it would have for him to ink. So they end up, Bruce Patterson inked some. I don't know. Did Terry Austin get in there?
Terry Austin did too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
So,
but they didn't shoot any of Camelot from pencils that I know of, did they?
No, but they explored that possibility. Then they were like, it was just taking too long. So like, okay, we can't do that because it was a regular, month miniseries, supposed to be monthly.
Yeah.
It actually was, but as close as they could to it. So let me grab a couple of super chats here real quick. Jerry Rasco for $10. Love when you guys educate about artists I have not heard of before. Thanks. And I'm going to ask, may I please be a guest on Graybeards one time? I assure you my beard qualifies. you know, Jerry, you know how lazy I am about getting guests, but nothing's out of the realm of possibilities. Prater 7 for $5. Thank you so much. Just to let him know, I DM'd Fraga about a gorgeous book by Breccia's son.
Thank you, dude.
There you go. Thank you for the 5, and thank you for educating Dan, who's always looking to get educated.
I am.
Billy, do you have something for us yet? You're muted.
Yes, I know Dan, you know the kind of education Dan is looking for is sort of not far from the education that Andrew McCarthy from Jacqueline Bisset in the film Class, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. It was also, wasn't there kind of a racy, what was it called? Private Lessons, where Christia, oh my gosh.
Allie?
Sylvia Crystal was like this, was hired to educate this young boy, the guy had to have been older than he was playing in the movie. He's like 30, but he's I don't know. He was supposed to be like 14 or 13 or something. And so maybe he was just 18 and looked young. I don't know, but kind of a controversial film back in the day.
Wait, what was the movie?
Private Lessons.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't remember.
Well, I watched the Brat Pack called Brats. If you guys saw that,
dude, that was pretty good.
It was great.
Is it on Hulu?
Yes.
No, it's on Amazon, isn't it? Is it Amazon Prime?
I think it's on something I don't have.
I watched it on Hulu. All I know is that I have a Roku channel, a Roku TV up here, and I have like everything on that. Like I could see, I could watch all this stuff, and the TV downstairs that we're paying, I don't know, $600 a month with our internet, our phone, and our cable.
I told my wife the same shit, dude.
It's like, what the?
I have a Roku down here. I just put it down here, and it's like all this free shit.
So we got Roku. Wait a minute, you got it through Roku?
Roku has Hulu. I don't remember ever signing up for Hulu and paying for it.
No, you.
Okay. Well, no, you're paying for it. If you don't, because we have a Roku as well, and yeah, the stuff that shows up, if it shows up, you're paying for it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's got to be cheaper than
Except
cable.
for the free stuff.
Dude, I canceled
Well,
cable.
yeah, there
We
is
don't
free
have
stuff.
TV anymore in our house. All we have is streaming services.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
pretty
great.
much what we
I'm
have.
hoping to, as long as I can watch my hockey. You know, I like the hockey, so I got to watch my games.
Yeah.
Okay, which artists did we cover, gentlemen?
Probably no
I
one.
guess you
You
just have to tell us who you like, and we'll tell you if we covered them.
Well, that spoils the surprise.
We can't even remember these guys' names. They're so hard to pronounce.
Who?
I think you're good.
Alberto Breccia.
I did.
Can I bring
Roger
this up, Billy,
Ibanez.
Yeah, hang on a second. I just moved to the other monitor, so let me get back onto streamer.
Yeah, Andy did Roger Ibanez or Ibanez. Fraga did. What's that guy's name again?
Alberto Breccia.
Breccia.
Mort
and I just did Thomas Giarello, but you weren't paying attention. So
sure, I was. I thought that was phenomenal. That art. It's kind of art I'm going to start doing when I, graduate, high school and learn how to draw. No, yeah. Please share mine, buddy.
Okay.
Kim Jong-gi.
Oh yeah.
Right. Got what the.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
He's just a bit
insane.
I'm trying to get large with it. Let's see.
Yeah, he probably started like with this down here and just got.
But he was a genius. Sadly, if you guys remember, he passed away. I think on his way to the New York Comic-Con. He had a heart attack at the airport from Korea, and I had the privilege of meeting him several times.
Wow, another mysterious heart attack.
Yeah. Thank you.
Art of Roy says Ibanez is all digital, Andy, so we just ruined your day.
Oh, damn it.
This guy wasn't digital. This guy was a super stud.
That was all
brush pen. Look at that. I mean,
that's all brush pen.
All that brush pen that you can buy. And I think we all went out and bought the same pen, hoping we could draw.
Yeah, you could draw like him.
Yeah, that's not how it works, unfortunately.
Oh boy!
It's like asking for Rosetta, what kind of pencil you use?
Yeah.
He's like, I use a number 2 pencil, the yellow one. The yellow one's like, yeah. Like, oh, okay.
I'm gonna go get that, and I'm sure my my drawing will suddenly come alive.
Yeah, we gotta get the same supplies that Boris got.
Now he used to do like these big like mural type drawings, aren't they? A lot of these.
Yes, he did, and he's just extraordinary. He would just. You remember that giant, he'd have a 10, 12-foot canvas, maybe long, piece of paper, and just start with one thing. But he could draw, everything from memory, the way it looked, and the historical stuff is just astonishing. If you look at the stuff here with the Korean type of hut right here and all the tools. And if he did military stuff, you'd see his military grade weapons and what all the soldiers wore. And
it makes you wonder if he was like secretly planning all this stuff out like to a T and then would just draw it like this to amaze everybody that, he's just coming up with this, I mean, it's still amazing that he drew it, but.
Oh, you think he's like Bob Ross, like he did this painting? He
planned this stuff out. So at least he knew where he was going, I just wonder, if, because I was reading something about Dave Grove, who was a commercial artist, did a lot of movie posters and stuff. And he had this very sort of drippy, messy kind of painting style over the top of pencils, kind of like, Bernie Fuchs kind of looking stuff. And, and they were talking about how he planned everything out just so it could look messy almost. You know what I mean? It's like, so you wonder if, or if he just was that brilliant that he could just go, okay.
I can tell you with 100% accuracy, he's that brilliant. He was one of the interviews that I did. I haven't put it out yet. I have to get it translated.
Oh, did you really interview him?
Yeah, he was a friend, and we talked to each other about process. And what he said is he spends about a half hour of his day basically doing input, sort of a passive input. So he'll go and he'll look at a battleship and just kind of see what a battleship is, or you know, and also the idea that you can get away with ciphers. So he would look at the detail, he would look at a cipher, and then when it came to the space that he put things in, said he imagined basically like see-through boxes in perspective, like aquariums almost, and he would fill them. And like a puzzle, if you have the edge pieces done on a puzzle, it informs the other ones, and you're like, oh, this one. That's how he works. He has a general point of view, which is a vanishing point in the horizon. He imagines a box and he starts to fill it. Well, now this thing relates to this thing, and this thing relates to this thing, and he just keeps filling the boxes.
That's just amazing. You know,
really
someone's mind. I mean, this guy's a freaking genius. You know, what is to be inside somebody's mind and see, like, an artist that, you know, you really admire, and see what to get an idea of what the process is like, going, what they're seeing and what you're not. You know what I mean? It'd be awesome to be able to do that. But
you think it helped meet girls?
he said that
Billy bringing it back around. Yeah.
He says you know, there's varying degrees of accuracy in his brain, like as far as him visualizing, kind of executing it from mind to paper. He said, you know, on the best days it's in the 90 percentile, and on the bad days it's around 75-ish. And he kind of just plays jazz when it's not working, which you could see a lot of filigree. You know what I'm saying, in his work, like a roof. You know, he knows how to indicate that. What do they call them? Bodegas?
Bodacious tatas.
Anyway, the little seat things that you carry, whatever. But he could do it in a gestural way, like the way he explained. I love his stuff. Sometimes it's about convincing the eye, and that is convincing the brain. And he said, what do you need? Like, take a BMW. What are the two things that you need? You need the silhouette of the car and just the grill. You don't even have to see the BMW. He said the silhouette and the grill, and people will say that's a BMW. And the same thing with an elephant: big ears, long trunk. You know, he can fudge an elephant, and people will believe it's an elephant.
Right.
He goes, what is the distilled version of this? As long as I add to that, I'm great. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just extraordinary.
Yeah, beyond me, that's for sure. I wonder, now you would know this too, Dan. He didn't work in comics or stuff, right? So how did he? He did. Okay.
Yeah, he did a book with. Please forgive me. He's got a French last name. His first name's David, but the book's called Spy Games. So Billy, you want to look up? You have Spy Games, okay? Spy Games. Dude. Yeah, Spy Games.
Man.
It's really good.
You got to see the boats. Like, just, I don't even know where to fucking begin with this. Sorry,
can you read the author's name? It's David's, and it's a French last name.
Do you want to?
I should, because I'm getting depressed looking at the art. So Jean-David Morvan.
Yeah, Jean-David Morvan.
Yeah.
Jean-David.
So
look at that.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
He did make money doing murals and stuff like that as well. I mean, how did he generate his income?
He generated his income in a very snazzy way. So he would go to trade shows and basically do these, and people would video him and get hyped. And he had a crew, Hyjin Kim, who's still around and keeps his legacy going. They had a crew that would film and help him stream and do these things. And as they build up, he would put out these sketchbooks, and they, you know, I think he put out 2007, 2011, 2000, but they're big. They're like phone book size.
Right.
And he'd put those out, and those would sell out like this, and they weren't cheap. But the big one was because he was sort of a spectacle in a way, like almost like a freak show. You know, like, holy shit. Like, you know, I remember the first time I saw his stuff, I thought there was light pencil, or he was erasing or like you know what I mean? Like it was a trick.
Oh
right?
yeah.
When you see him actually do it, it blows your mind. And then there's a Q&A afterwards, and you get a little keepsake like a wristband or whatever. And those things weren't cheap either. Think of like Robert McKee's seminar on story. Jung Yi does that on his stuff.
I got you.
Oh, that's cool.
Skeleton Corp Comics for $4.99. Thank you, sir. He says Shane just got his channel back. Well, that's good news.
Whoa,
yeah, that's good.
I would like to find out how, because if I could get my Couch Doodles channel back, that would be amazing.
Apparently, Shane is the guy to ask.
Yeah, reach out to your fellow king there, homie.
Yeah.
So, Fraga, no San Diego this year for you, right? As I selfishly,
he's left us. He's got to take the wooden.
He was like, "Oh, I'm about to be asked the question. I'm out."
All right. No. Okay. I have look at me.
I'm there for you, Billy. I'm there.
Well, I have you for Friday.
Yes.
Joining us. We're going to go to JC Vaughn. You're familiar with JC Vaughn, aren't you?
Of course. JC and I go way back. We're good friends.
The best Mexican place he's ever been to in his life.
Wait, we're not going back to the meat place again?
No.
The wild game place?
No.
That's right, a dark beer, You got me to drink a dark beer. I don't know if I'm going to if I'd have maybe I might have a Corona at a Mexican restaurant. That would be okay.
Well, we can always have a beer afterwards, Lopez, somewhere. We can go there for a drink or something.
Yeah, but you don't want to drink dark beer unless you have some heavy sort of wild game, don't you think?
Yeah,
that's kind of my
game, right? Like you had the bolognese, the
bolognese.
All right, now here's the other thing I wanted to bring up, and Fraga will jump in, I'm sure, when he gets.
I'm back.
There he is.
The kid was making her own comics. She needed staples.
There you go.
Yeah.
Keep that kid making comics at what? How old is she?
5.
There you go.
She's already outdoing us, man. She's already she's prolific as all get up. What were you guys talking about?
Well, San Diego. You're not going to San Diego, are you, this year?
No, not this year. No, here's the thing, man, and maybe you guys feel the same way, but the only reason I like to go to conventions anymore is to meet people, my friends and fans and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego is such a hard place to do that. You get so split, and the con itself, I went last year and I was slightly overwhelmed.
Yeah, but you had my Oasis to hang out in.
See? I did. Thank God. All kinds of people stopped by there. Dan Plagle, Goblin Girl, he stopped by. Star
Dan
Wars
Jurgens,
Girl stopped by.
Billy and Dan Jurgens were there.
Yeah. I stopped by and ran you up into Finch.
That
was a good moment.
Worked out great for me.
That was a good moment. That Clayface was dope. But no, not going. And I've been trying to go to shows or cities I've never been in. Regionally I'm saturated in the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done all the LA area, Bay Area, Seattle, Portland. I've done all those shows enough times where it's like, oh, he's here again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the exception of the rule is shows like SCCon and Jersey and Heroes. Those are just awesome to see you guys and see the fans and everything, But other than that, I don't want to do the New York show. I got no business.
Oh, no. I don't want to do
I don't want to do Chicago. I might do Tampa. I'm thinking of doing Tampa, which is next month, which seems very exciting.
Wait, you're trying to do it next month? Isn't it too late?
Is that one-day show in Tampa?
No, it's like 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of too late to get in on that one now?
It's not for Fragaboom.
Not for Fragaboom, bro.
It's never
Fragaboom.
If I pulled out the third-person card, I never do.
All right,
that.
so we may come back to the art thing here, but I wanted Billy, because I know Billy doesn't know anything about comic books, so I thought, what if we talked a little bit about movies? Okay,
I know about movies.
I know you do. Now
we're not round 2-ing.
Oh, we can round 2. I got some queued up to round 2.
Okay, let's go round 2, and then we'll do my movie question, which is really not a broad subject, but it is kind of a focus thing that I saw.
love
I want to get
movies.
you guys' opinion. But anyway, go ahead, Andy. Hit us with your next.
All right. Let me share the screen. So this artist hails from Croatia.
Oh,
interesting.
And he's done work for, I don't know if he's done anything for DC. He's done work for Marvel. The book I'm going to show is not from Marvel. It's a image book. You can share the screen, called Starlight. It's Goran Parlov.
Neat.
Oh,
Boris Karloff.
Goran Parlov.
They said Boris
Karloff.
Karloff.
Little toast influence there, doesn't he?
This is another one. Mark Millar. Sorry. This goes all the way back to 2014. Now he was already doing stuff for Marvel when this came out, but I saw this and I was just like, oh, this is just right up my alley in regards to like science fiction and just the story itself and the cartooniness of it and simplicity and like
little
Billy, did you say
right?
Yeah,
right?
Little bit of oh yeah, definitely.
I see
the simplicity. I can see a little bit of that. Let me do it this way.
But yeah, so
I
Rizzo.
I dig this. Yeah, little Rizzo in there, Eduardo. But yeah, I dig this guy's stuff. He's actually older than me by a few years. That makes me feel good. Younger than Aaron though, so that still makes me feel good. Yeah. But yeah, so this is great. This dude was that guy from the cover, and I think I haven't read this. I still have the trade paperback. I think he forgot, so like he has to get his memories back and stuff. If I remember the story correctly. Love that first panel, just shooting between those trees.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was the dude that's on the cover, the young looking Space Ranger type dude. But yeah,
I just sad all the time.
It's kind of Tim Sale in a way too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
Very pleasant stuff.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how I think Arthur Roy made a comment about this in the chat earlier that you look at these European stuff and they do not even come close to sharing the obsession with superheroes that we have in the United States. It's all this type of stuff. There's action and stuff. But there's also a lot of these quiet scenes and stuff, but there's
he did do
one of the things executed that.
One of the things he did at so Arthur Roy says he's recovering from a stroke he had a year or so back, or it was a heart attack. Oof. Well, I hope he recovers. He did a fun Punisher story for Marvel. And I mean, you can just see this guy's stuff on Punisher.
I still wouldn't consider the Punisher a superhero book. I mean,
no. I was just saying in general. So he was this guy, if I remember the story correctly. That old guy is this guy. I don't know. I have to go back and reread it.
The guy with the blue. I mean, without the
yeah.
The eye patch.
Yeah, the guy in the blue.
No, the great. Yeah. Not the eye patch guy. Duh, the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
That guy. That's him. That's his younger version of himself.
I believe so.
Look, he just blasted him right in the head, man.
Yeah, man.
Wakes up. It was all a dream.
Those backgrounds. I mean, just I love
grocery store.
Those are one of the scenes.
I know.
Those are one of the scenes you'd look at if you had to draw that in a comic book. You'd go, you just want to kill yourself. But this guy probably loves it.
I love that kind of stuff. Dude.
Yeah, you would. You're very detail oriented.
So like, here's the difference. Like that shopping cart, he just drew these lines down and stuff. I would have been like, well, each one has a thickness to it, and I would have
exactly. And then he just
go crazy with it,
overdo it to a point where it doesn't even...
Do you think that's a level? Do you think that's due to confidence? I mean, I love cartoonists, and I love.
I think it's Billy. I think
it's just the style that they have and how they interpret and see
your
things.
Style, it's like Mignola. He's not pulling a ruler out, and so he's created a style that we accept from him.
Yeah,
right.
And so, yeah, I think it's confidence, but it's confidence in your own style, understanding.
Well, that's the thing. Like if Aaron was drawing a grocery store and he drew everything the way he normally does stuff, but then it got to a shopping cart and he drew it like this, it would stick out because you're like, Aaron, what's going on? This isn't you, but if you did everything, you just have to be consistent with it. Right. And, over time that consistency comes, and then you have this. That dragon, as soon as I saw that, it broke my concentration because I thought Mobius when I saw that.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. That is a cool design too. Look, there's kind of 4 wing things going on there. See, that's that kind of clever outside. I would never think to give a dragon 4 wings, but it looks so cool. But it would never have occurred to me, That's why.
So this guy's stuff. Like I said, I'm looking at my bookshelf because I know I've got this trade, and I just.
What's it called again?
This is Starlight.
Starlight by Goran Parlov.
Mark Millar and Gordon. There's his suit. See, told you. Spoiler alert.
He's like Mr. Well, not terrific,
Incredible.
but the Incredibles, Mr. Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that face in that second panel, man.
That's so Howard Chaykin, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So it's to me, it's a good mix of Chaykin and Toth.
I see it for sure.
Yeah, that thin line, and yeah, it's just again the gesture and the body weights and stuff are so good and so believable. He's got in that first panel, he's hanging his shoulders down. You know what I mean? It's just like, even that wedding photo, they just kind of feel all natural looking. It doesn't feel stiff. Yeah, it's very, very cool. No, it's interesting because when I draw cityscapes, for example, no matter how detailed I make them, when they get inked, they look like a coloring book. And it's like,
how hard is that? I mean, that is a concept that the rain is revealing this invisible thing's shape.
How cool is that, dude?
It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Did you see it on the page before?
Yes, that's why
I was that shot.
Yeah, that. Like if I read that in a script, I'd be like, oh,
how do I draw?
How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
And look at it. That's how you do it right there.
That is exactly how you do it. That's why I wish I had a memory that was a lot better for like this stuff, because I've got all these books, but then I'll read something and I'll be like I could, like you said, Dan, if I had to draw something like this in the next couple of weeks, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, that dude did a great job. I could pull inspiration from it. But I tell you, a month from now, out of my mind.
I take notes on our show. I also screenshot our show, like when there's something that I want to remember. And then I review them. I make an effort to review what I've written down and all.
Very nice.
Real quick, look at that grass in the foreground. You see the amount of lines he actually drew. I love it.
Not many.
Contrast that and Barry Windsor Smith,
right?
And Adidastra or whatever with the grass that he did, where he drew every blade.
Right. Well, it's so efficient and so smart because you're not looking at the grass anyway. You're not supposed to be. So you're looking at the ship, right? So you create a shape in the foreground to be a framing device, but we're so detail oriented that it's hard to back off that stuff like that, because it seems like, I didn't put the work in or whatever, but it's efficient and it's
a sense of it being out of focus too.
Yeah.
And that's what I always draw back to Joe Kubert, because Joe's the same way. If you look at Joe's backgrounds, or if you look at his Tarzan stuff,
there's lensing.
Where he wanted you to focus was where the detail was, and then where he didn't, he would do trees and jungle stuff with this amount of detail because it's not the center of focus. He doesn't want you to look at it, and your eyes drawn to the details. So, yeah, just great stuff.
I remember having a conversation. I won't mention who the artist is, but I really like his stuff. He's really, really good, but super detailed, right? And he asked me many years ago, when he was still kind of young and establishing himself, that, if I had any suggestions or thoughts on his artwork. And I said, your stuff's great. I said, it's too busy. I said, I know that's a dumb thing to say because everybody in comics responds to that. Readers do. Yeah. But I said, if you could, try to back off in some areas, and so you have more focus on what's important. And he goes, I just can't do that. And I went, no, that's cool. I get it. I mean, you're going to be more popular than me because you're, how you're doing it. But sometimes that stuff does get difficult to read because it's so busy that it lacks focus. And I know, Dan, I'm not taking shots at you because I know you're hyper detailed, but it's like you can have a detailed area, but let's say you have an open door frame where your characters are standing, so your focus is there, right? Instead of just lines everywhere and everything's hyper detailed, and you're kind of like, it kind of looks cool because it's so kinetic, but at the same time you have a hard time knowing exactly where the focus is because there's so much going on. It's so busy.
Yeah, it's stylistically. It reminds me of the time Jeff Loeb was talking about working with Jim Lee and working with Tim Sale, and he used the idea of like if two guys were talking something serious and they were working on a car, you know, Tim would indicate a motor, whereas Jim would like research it and put the right screws and like
oh right, like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's weird because like you're saying, Aaron, and it's probably gonna take years of and has taken years to kind of weed it out of yourself. But the idea of suggestion kind of is attractive to me because of the idea of negative space. Instead of defining something by line, you define it by the shadow, you know, or the negative space of the thing, and all of a sudden you didn't have to draw all of the thing.
Right. Well, and we've been so programmed growing up, especially if you're, you know, the 80s, or even the 70s, you know, Barry Smith and Bernie Wrightson, Neil Adams, guys like that were very detailed,
George
right?
Perez.
And then, but then you get into the 90s, and you got the image guys and stuff with all the lines and all that kind of stuff. So we've been and they've all been successful for doing stuff like that. So it's like, you say, like, this guy, we love this guy's stuff, but you put this next to Jim Lee or, you know, Michael Turner or anybody from the 90s that was hyper detailed, you know, and you're going to ignore this and look at as a fan.
Well, the thing about this stuff is it's very filmic, and it is, for lack of a better phrase, quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But you look at a Kirby page, it's super loud. You know what I'm saying? No matter like even that pressing of the button, if Kirby had done that, it would have been more urgent and more energized.
But I also would say that you could take this exact style that we're looking at with the simplicity of it, but the loudness, I think, comes from the layouts more than the amount of detail. So I think if this guy, if Goran was like, I'm going to do a homage to Kirby, I think it would have the same amount of energy and power to it because of the camera angles and the layouts and stuff.
I think you're absolutely right. Yeah.
But this is really, really nice stuff. And who's that guy that kind of draws Doc Shanner, you know?
Aaron Shaner. Yes.
Yeah, Doc Shaner. I really like his stuff. It's really, really simple, but it has that kind of throwback, you know, fun sort of Hanna-Barbera sort of feel to it. And I mean, that's the one great thing about comics. You can have such a diverse, the diversity of styles in comics that's acceptable and that people appreciate is amazing. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be a house style anymore. And that's the one thing that is positive in comics probably the last 30 years since the image explosion, is that this sort of, maybe even in the 80s it started, where you get away from this sort of house style where everybody can have their own voice and it can be acceptable.
Right. Yeah.
Dan, what do you got second round here?
Yeah, hold on a second. I was digging up Starlight to see if I could find it. All right, present, sharing screen. This next gentleman is goes by the name of Jordy Bernay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was gonna mention him. That's funny.
Okay, sorry, man. Sorry.
Are you bringing up Torpedo?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. This guy's stuff. Every time I see it, it has angst. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't super detailed either, but it's got that angst. You know, look at all that mood and attitude.
Oh yeah, I discovered his stuff at Hubert School.
Did you? That man, lucky you.
They had Torpedo in the Hubert School store.
He was a guest at one of the Baycons that the Steves put on back in the day. And I had no idea who he was. And that's the first time I saw his work. And this would have been mid-90s, maybe. Very cool stuff.
Oh, that's what he looks like. Wow. I imagine some young dude.
He was young once.
He passed away. Is he still with us?
No, please don't say it. Let me take
No, he's not dead, is he?
You sure?
I'm checking.
Billy, don't death wish anybody now. Come on.
I'm sorry.
No, he's alive. June
Sorry.
14th.
Alive.
June 14th.
He's
44.
alive.
So he just turned 80.
Oh, he's a
But
young.
look at
Wow.
look at that, dude.
I know.
Yeah, he did Jonah Hex for Jimmy.
He
did. Yep.
Yeah, I mostly know his work from the Torpedo stuff.
When I first saw his stuff, I was not into this looser style, so I didn't really get it. Now I love it. It's amazing.
It's almost like a cartoony Kubert.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
When I first discovered his stuff at the Kubert school, I was like, "Is this dude a fan of Joe's?"
Right?
Because he, you said he's 80, so
80.
he was born in 44, so he was younger for sure. Because Joe was 1926, so he could have been influenced by Joe.
He's influenced by boobs, I can tell you that.
The way he draws girls is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got the DC put out that series called Solo. In fact, there's the cover to his. I didn't buy all of them, but I got his issue because it's just there's a Poison Ivy story in there that is just great.
Yeah.
Whoops. Good looking stuff. You got anything else on him, or do you want to move on? You look like
that's it. That's it. I want to move on.
Okay, cool. Billy.
All right, shit. Hang on.
Wait a minute, you're the one who said I got something for the second round.
I know, I do, but I'm trying to. There's a book that I purchased, I think, and the artist was at Baltimore. That was a Western artist, and like a Western comic, and he was just phenomenal. And of course, I can't find it. And you know what happens is I find everything the next day.
Right.
It's just sitting right there.
Goes.
And I know I have his book out somewhere because I was just so blown away with his art. But
do you want me to throw a curve while you guys are?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
I just think who it could be.
This is going to sound stupid, but I think I may just answer my own question. I was going to throw this out to you guys. Have you guys seen this guy's stuff? Because I don't know who it is. I found his stuff on Facebook and I forgot to write his name down, and it's so freaking awesome. But there it is, right there. Raul. Ishtar or Hester. He's I don't know
where you reading that.
Right down.
Is there a signature?
Yeah, let me look at how great this is though. First,
that's
look at that horse, man. That rendering on that horse.
I like the depth cues with the overlapped rocks.
Yeah, this guy was posting stuff on Facebook, and I was like, "Holy crap!" So I downloaded some of it, and then I forgot to get his name. But it looks like right here. I don't know if you guys can. Let me bring it up as big as I can here. So that's
there it is.
Wow.
STAR. It looks like, doesn't it? But I can't remember. I can't see if that's is that an I, an H?
Raul.
I don't know.
Hang on.
You guys, someone must know who this is.
Raul. Yeah.
Raul Estaro?
Estaro or something?
Raul Estaro.
That's so anyway. At least I found
los machos.
But look at this.
Is it Estero?
Maybe.
No.
Spaceman says Cestar.
Cestar.
Well,
type it into Google and see.
Would he
or Cesaro?
If I got it here.
Oh, this is so good though. This guy is like. So I want to throw that up there for.
Yeah, it's the Cestaro brothers.
Oh, is it?
What?
Yeah. Let me share my thing real quick.
Yeah.
At least I think it is. I could be wrong. It looked like, because it showed this same dude here. That's him there.
Yeah, Raul Cestaro. That's the dude.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Let's check his Instagram out. I'll follow him.
Let's do a little social stalking.
Yeah,
I got more followers than he does.
Great
That's a crime,
man. Look at that. Yeah, he's no joke.
That's good.
No, this is his inks. Cestaro did the inks. The pencils are from another person, so this is him inking over someone else.
Yeah, I don't know if he's foreign born or not, but I just
let's see. Comic artist. Here's his blog spot.
For Sergio Bonelli Editore, he's got to be Spanish then.
Probably, man. Really
But anyway,
excellent work, man.
Yeah, that he like some of this Western stuff was just like, you got to be freaking kidding me, man.
You gotta be kidding me.
Billy, are you ready yet?
Yeah, I'll just share somebody else.
Somebody else.
Another great artist.
Well, that's all we need is another great one.
Okay, let me just give me 1 second just to double check here. I'm not really a PC guy per se. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that.
Right? It's just so complicated. They just suck compared to Macs. Things close for no reason. Like,
that's why they're cheaper, Billy.
I guess
Dr. Mask's
I guess you get me to pay for it. I didn't pay shit for this because
hang on a second. Dr. Mask's Retro Elixir says, "How can you not love comics? Every day you learn new things and see new things."
That's right.
So true.
That's why I love our show so much.
Well,
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
get
cover
Odin's Eye, Starlight. Go on, King.
Now I'm trying to find with all my tabs open. I'm trying to find my StreamYard.
Danky's getting to the specifics. Any bikini pics? You know.
No.
Well, I mean, I've got some if you want to see me in them, but
not really.
Thank you.
Really off topic.
Thank you. I'd buy that for $1.
I'm wearing a little.
Let's go. Obviously,
I got a Speedo.
All right. Should I bring him up?
Someone whom we really haven't covered. I know we have mentioned him, and we lost him too recently.
All right.
Jared, the great Carlos.
Carlos Pacheco.
Yes.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Awesome guy.
Amazing dude.
Buddy, smoked a lot of cigarettes though.
Did he really?
Yep. Oh God, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's him and Jose Garcia Lopez.
I knew that. We saw a lot of that at Heroes.
You know,
my favorite part of this is the feet in the foreground. You know, like
that
whatever.
Oh, is that Sentinel's feet? I didn't even notice that.
No, it's the Celestial.
Yeah. That's a very interesting angle to shoot that from. That's very clever.
Okay, give me a second.
That's not him.
I used to love his layouts too.
Yeah, that's his.
You know?
Is this him too?
Yeah.
This painting?
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't color that. Somebody else did.
Holy shit! Though, wow, I never saw that.
I want to say is that Dean White as the colorist?
You know, did you guys see the DC miniseries he did, the World's Finest Thing? Oh, it was Batman Superman actually team up and Andy and everything.
I got the hardcover of that. That's great, or the trade, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, most people know him from. Didn't Art ink him for a while on X-Men?
Yeah, I own a piece of original art that Art inked over Carlos.
Ooh.
But amazing.
Art of Roy says it looks like Alan Davis and Paul Neary. He kind of does, doesn't he? Have kind of an Alan Davis flair to him.
Definitely an Alan Davis inspiration. But I love these angles. I love like that he's more loose. You know, again, as someone who I over render, I think I just want to have fun and get brave and just start to really contort things and and just I feel that my sketches, like my roughs, are far better than my finishes.
Well, most people's are, because that's where most of your energy and stuff is in that early pencil drawing, and then you kind of like keep working it, and then it becomes like a statue, and instead of this kind of loose, energetic drawing.
Yeah, right. And so, but his work was always alive. Always a lot of kinetic energy, if you will.
Yeah.
And never a boring panel or a page.
No, always interesting to look at. Avengers, what was that Avengers thing he did with Kurt Busiek?
Avengers Forever.
Yes,
yeah. And then didn't he have, I think he did with Kurt as well. He did Image series called
Aerosmith. Yeah.
Steven Tyler was in it. And, wait a minute. No,
I'll be honest. I didn't pick that up because I like the superhero stuff, and Aerosmith was real world type stuff. And I was just like, I don't care about that.
Was it? I thought it was wasn't it a fantasy thing, or am I?
Was it? Confused? I thought it was a lot of people in regular clothes. So
I can't remember.
Who are you talking about?
The book Aerosmith that Carlos Pacheco did with Busiek.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful book too, but it was kind of weird. It had like a World War I with dragons.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I didn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's beautiful, man.
Did you ignore Bocello's steampunk too then?
I actually did. But I love Bocello's work, but I didn't get steampunk. But So
Wait a minute.
Carlos went through
Yeah,
it. Carlos
wait a minute.
went through a phase. Oh, that's
Jack
funny,
Ellamy's like Aerosmith was boring as you know what. I'm like, what do you really think, Jack? Don't hold back. All right, go ahead.
Carlos went through like when he first. It was, let's see. I don't want to get the order out of mix. So when he went to DC, he did some Superman stuff, and he was really drawing Superman really ripped and stuff, lots of detail, right?
Mhm.
And the anatomy. And then when he did the Superman Batman miniseries, or not miniseries, but run,
Yeah.
it was almost just outlines. Like he got rid of almost everything on the inside. It was except for the major muscles like the bottom of the pecs, shoulders, stuff like that. Really big department, but it looked great. It still looked fantastic because his structure was so solid.
Yeah, well, his structure was still basically the same, right? He just eliminated a lot of the interior detail, which, and that's the thing. If your structure, like Adam Hughes, if your structure is great, you don't have to put a bunch of lines in there to cover it up. You just let the figure work talk for itself. And he was really, really good.
I've got almost, it's got to be almost 200 pages. Carlos Pacheco sketchbook, art book, but it's in Spanish, so I can't read it.
Dude,
but I got
Google Translate on your phone.
Oh, that's true. I could now, I guess. Yeah. But I got it off eBay years ago before there was Google Translate. But it's got some of his real early stuff, and then I don't know. It's probably the sketchbook's probably at least 15 years old. So
yeah, first time I remember seeing his stuff was on Bishop. Like
Bishop.
Bishop was the first time, and then when he went over to Uncanny and he was working with T-Bear was inking him.
Yep. Well, before I think, and somebody in the chat.
Oh, Avengers Forever came before that though.
No, before what?
He did a Starjammers. Then
and that's what I was going to bring up because Starjammers, I think I lost the gig to him because which is fine because I saw his Starjammers and I was like, yeah, good call. Because I was just starting at Marvel and Bob Harris was like, hey, I'd like you to do a Starjammers, basically pinup or whatever. And I was like, okay. So I did. And and I knew it was for, possibly a mini series or something. It never got inked or anything. It's another piece that like 15 years later, I finally got it back. But then, the book came out and it was Carlos and it was some of his first stuff as well for Marvel. Because I think he started at Marvel UK.
Andy, what year are we talking?
Oh, it was early 90s. 93, 92.
Okay.
I'll have to look. Let me see when that Starjammers came out now. Now I'm curious.
He's like Curious George and the man in the big yellow hat.
Yes.
That's not a hat. You saw the shape of it.
By Curious. Of course, Billy has to...
I'm by Curious George.
When I was at FIT.
Oh, wait, I take it back. That was 1995. Nope. The Starjammers piece I did was like 3 years before that. So never mind. But yeah, that's good stuff that he did. So what was first? Starjammers or Bishop? Now I don't know.
What's your movie question, dude?
No, I want to share. I got an artist to share.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if we got you.
The other one was just kind of a question to see if you guys knew who it was. All right, so I'm going to do this, and then we'll do the movie question. Okay, so I know you guys know this guy's work, and but it's let me show some images here that maybe everybody hasn't seen a million times. Wait a minute, here we go. I'm sorry. Oh, there it is. Jerome Opeña or Pena.
Oh my God, his stuff is so good.
I know.
Seven to Eternity. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is another guy at 8 because he's so
hold
good.
on, I got to get something to show you guys.
I have the artist edition of these.
Damn it, so do I. That's what I was just going to get.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go.
Yeah, you're talking where it's the soft cover, right? 11 by 17 soft cover.
Yeah, it's big, floppy. Yeah.
Aaron,
hold on.
Aaron, do you see how the black in the background really pushes the trees forward so the trees don't get lost?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Are you insinuating something, Billy, about my work? Are you insinuating about page 32 on Kickstarter?
Is that what it was? Page 32.
Oh, yeah. Well, You lousy son.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just
okay. Well, let's bring up something with not trees in it so we can switch gears a little bit here. Here's a DC cover he did because he did a lot of DC. Well, he did some DC work. He did some Marvel stuff too, but look at that.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bought that just for the cover.
Oh God, it's so
That
good.
Superman looks a little scrawny though.
I know, but I still like the style. You know what I mean? It's like
I like this style too, but that piece would be exponentially better if Superman was broad.
Well, look how big Green Lantern's head is. I mean, he kind of draws sort of
compositionally, just a little.
Yeah, if he shrunk the head like 3%.
But yeah, he draws guys a little bit of slighter build, shall we say? He doesn't draw like the big hulking versions of these guys, but his style.
He did an Avengers hardcover that was really nice. Oh, this is what you need right here.
Yeah, that's the one.
I've got the comics, but there's an artist edition. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're soft cover.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you. Oh, let me make Andy big here.
This was $25.
Saying those words, but
just whisper real slowly.
This was $25. I'm trying to remember how many issues it collects. Hold on, let me see. Oh, it's just 1 and 2, which is good. Now, look at his detail.
But there's another one after this.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at those hard drawings that like the 3/4 from behind this guy's head. Those are not easy drawings, and he just does it so nice and effortlessly.
Yeah, and there's that sculpting he does with the thin lines.
I gotta buy this. Holy crap!
Oh, it totally looks like he's using a micron to ink with.
Which everybody uses that now. It's like the go-to, right?
I know. I almost, part of me is like, why'd I learn to ink with a brush?
I know. Look at that face. That's my last panel on that page with the chick right there. Look at that face. It's like alive, man. His eyes are just like real. It's just great.
Yeah, you can probably find this somewhere, I would guess.
eBay.
They did a few of these, but yeah, there is. There's 2 of them because it goes to issue 3 and 4. Look at this last face on this last page.
Paulus Arts is taking shots, though. He's saying he went from Lionel Yu style to Olivia Copiel's style.
Yeah, Travis Charest in there too.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember some of his early stuff. I didn't think it was that Lionel Yu, to be honest.
Well, a lot of guys evolved by looking at somebody else. Lionel Yu's early stuff didn't look anything like what he ended up doing.
Very well.
No.
Look at that, though. I mean, regardless style-wise, this dude can draw. This isn't just like a guy copying somebody's style. This guy can really draw.
Yeah.
All right, you can take. Oh, wait, one more, and then I'm done. Which side is it? Oh, yeah, that side. The left.
Yeah.
Just love that.
Golly, that's fun. Look how fun.
In the Avengers hardcover he did, his interpretation of the Hulk is pretty cool. It's kind of like old school.
I've got
Kirby-esque in a way.
A piece I'm going to bring up here with the whole kind of.
What is the Avengers hardcover called?
Let me look.
Wow, this is so inspiring. Holy crap, is this great.
Mm-hmm. Look at this stuff. All right, wait a minute. I got another one.
Oh, hello.
It's Avengers Rage of Ultron.
Okay.
It has some early Pepe Larraz, I believe, in it too.
Oh, I love his stuff too. He's a Spaniard.
That looks like
but Jerome did more of it.
That looks like Louis LaRosa.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've almost got their own like little classification of style these guys work in, right? You can get about 5 or 6 guys that are sort of in the same school.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, Pepe Larraz could fit into this. Like you said, LaRosa a little bit, although LaRosa does bigger stuff, I mean, he'll draw big dudes. A lot of these guys
Lewis did this Bloodshot that is just holy crap. It is
dinosaur
so
stuff.
nice.
Have you seen what he's doing with that dinosaur stuff?
Oh yeah.
So good.
It takes him like a week, I think, to do a page or so. It is insane.
Well, he's got all that not only the drawing, but then he's got the tonal rendering and stuff he's doing.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hey,
Richard says, Andy, hold on. Richard Gradwell, Andy, you did Quasar for a bit, didn't you, after Capullo? Yes, I did. I did it for 10 issues or so.
That was like your first regular gig, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
There you go.
It was actually Steve Lytle, and he did an issue and a half, but was really bad at deadline. So then I got the gig.
We have over 300 people watching right now. Please hit the like and subscribe if you don't mind. This is the Brofessionals you're watching. It's a traveling show, meaning that we switch hosts every week of our panelists get it. So everybody gets a chance to host. So it's on a different channel every week, but we all have our own YouTube channels, and we'd appreciate it if you hit like and subscribe. This is my channel today, and it helps all of us grow. So thank you guys very much for your attendance and participation. But
you might say we swap.
We do. We stream swap. Oh, that doesn't sound very good at all, does it? I wish I hadn't said that.
Well, why'd you go there?
Yeah. Now Bell Winters is going to clip that, and I'm going to be done. Okay. So here's the thing I wanted to bring up, because you never know with Billy. Will Billy have comic book material, or will he be stumped? But he's come through today. Very good.
I've come through the past couple of times, I think.
You've done well.
You have. You've stepped up.
Here's the thing I want to talk about on our last segment of the show, if you will. Did you guys see this has been posted all over the place, that they're planning a remake of A Fistful of Dollars?
Oh no, I thought you were going to say Time Bandits.
No. Oh, okay.
Oh, they're doing that too, but yeah.
That's another criminal thing. Okay, here's my problem. I'm going to throw this out to you guys, get your opinions on this. Why Hollywood insists on remaking great movies when they produce so many crappy movies? Why don't they remake those and make them good? You can't take a piece of work, whether it's art or a film that's great, and then remake it and expect it to be anywhere near as good as the original, and yet they continue to do it. Now, I know someone brought up the point that, well, Fistful of Dollars was just a remake of Kurosawa's Yojimbo, and that, of course, the Magnificent Seven is a remake of the Seven Samurai. But I would argue that we're talking about, they're taking the same story, but using different characters, and it's in some ways a different genre. I mean, you could argue that samurai movies and westerns are very similar, but they are a different genre. So they're remaking it, but they're making it into something different. Even though it's the same story, it's still a unique experience. Okay. When you take something like if someone said, I'm going to remake The Godfather. I mean, seriously, and no one's done that, but to me, that's like, why would you do that when you have a 4-star film, classic film, and yet we should remake it for a new audience? No. Just re-release the classic and make something new.
No, you're right. You don't need to. And one of the big problems is expectations are going to be so high for it. And just casting alone, when they announce whoever is going to play, Clint's character, whenever that's announced, forget about it. If it's not right, all hell's going to break loose.
Well, how can there be a right answer?
There is no right answer unless you cast his son who looks like him.
Remaking Leon and Eastwood, what could go wrong?
Yeah, but and I agree, his son, does look like him and stuff, but
why do it? Why not?
One, they're not going to do that, and two, I wouldn't want that pressure if I was that kid.
Well, no, look, there are examples now. True Grit, for example, the Coen brothers remade that, and I thought it was great. And I don't like the original as much because freaking Glenn Campbell. Who put Glenn Campbell in that movie?
I don't know. He was,
Kim Darby was great. John Wayne was great. And then you got Glenn Campbell ruining the movie. So when you get, so for the Coen brothers,
it just ruins it.
He does. And so then you do the Coens, they got nothing but good actors in there. It's a great
True Grit was really good.
It was a great remake, but that's so rare. But you could, like I said, you could argue that True Grit needed to be remade because Glenn Campbell should have never been in it.
Right.
But anyway, other than that, and Nosferatu, Herzog's Nosferatu was great. But it remade a silent film as well. So that, it almost needed to be remade because, we'd like it with talking in it. But that was a great remake. But it so rarely happens, and it just pisses me off whenever they do it. Dan, what are your feelings? You're a movie guy. What are your feelings on this?
I feel like there's a lot of movies we're overlooking that we took as original that were remakes. Like I thought the movie Bedazzled with Elizabeth Berkley and Brendan Fraser. I thought that was like a new movie. I didn't realize it was a remake. You know, there's a bunch of other ones where, you know, there enough time has passed that it's a movie from, you know, the 40s or whatever.
Well, what was
But if it's a classic,
oh my God, I'm blanking on it, but it was Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Oh yeah, Star
And
is
it was-
Born.
Oh, they
that's
made
been remade
Stars
about
Born.
100 times.
And
That's the
that's
third time.
That's the third one.
It's
But
more-
I
yeah,
actually
third
liked it. I thought they did a good
Fourth
job.
one.
Fourth or fifth stars.
And-
It was a fourth. It
and-
was Frederick March
Fourth.
was number one,
Yeah.
James Mason, then Chris Christopherson, Barbara Streisand, and
Yeah.
then
So there's 4. Okay.
And I thought I liked the Chris Christopherson one, but I thought the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga one was actually really good.
But see, I don't think A Star is Born at any level is considered an untouchable classic. I guess maybe
Yeah,
I
right.
should maybe I should
No, I know what you're saying.
revision my
But I mean,
comments.
what would you think? Okay, so what would you think if they said, you know, Bela Lugosi's Dracula, that was nice. Let's remake it.
Well, they've done it, and hasn't been as good, quite frankly. I don't know when.
And that's
some
not a
people
great
like
movie.
Coppola's.
And it's not a great movie, though.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
you know, and
I'm just trying to think of.
it wasn't that great.
I'm just trying to think of something like this. Isn't okay. So Psycho was a good
That was a
movie,
disaster. There's a perfect
and then they did
example.
that shot for shot remake, which was awful. And
Yeah.
it was a shot for shot remake, but it was just awful.
Yep, and then
I heard-
they did. I'm sorry. Let me do this real quick, Dan.
Yeah.
They did Christopher Reeve in Rear Window, but that was a TV movie, and sometimes you can do that. And I guess that was okay. I never saw it, but certainly Christopher Reeve being a quadriplegic in the same situation that James Stewart with his leg in a cast. That's a much more dire circumstance with Christopher Reeve. So I can see how maybe, but again, you're taking a Hitchcock classic and remaking. You're like going, just leave it alone.
What
man.
about Reservoir Dogs?
And what is that
Reservoir
a
Dogs
remake of?
I don't remember, but I know it is.
Is it really?
Okay,
yeah.
but Dan, if you take a foreign film, right, like Bedazzled, you brought that up earlier, right, which I believe was based on a foreign
So
film.
you're saying you're just saying like your criteria is that it's a beloved thing because
an
my
American
next one,
classic film, and that
okay,
you want to
because I
remake.
was going to
because
say 12
everybody's-
Monkeys. 12 Monkeys is a remake of a short just expanded out.
But that's
You-
not
you
a
know what I'm
remake,
saying?
though,
Yeah.
right? That's a
Yeah.
re-envisioning of something. I mean, which I don't necessarily think is the same thing. I think I just have not seen many remakes. Like if you take, like I understand that there, well, even some people a lot of times will argue that, well, that was a remake of a French film or whatever, but the French
Right.
film is better than the American version, And I just think the risk.
Yeah, like
Old Boy.
yeah, or the one with she was the assassin.
Oh yeah, La Femme Nikita.
Yes, La Femme
Oh.
Nikita.
Right.
And No Point of No Return. They were the
Right.
same movie.
Garbage.
Yes.
Garbage.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Luc Besson's awesome as
I
a
don't think so.
director.
I don't think so.
You don't like The Professional?
I love The Professional, but I don't think he's a great director. It's kind
Okay.
of weird. A little bit.
Well,
of weird.
Karate Kid was a remake of Kurosawa's. No, I'm kidding.
What?
Oh,
how about-
dude, you asked me. I was like, what?
Can
I know. I was like, where's he going with this? Hold on now.
Can
I
I?
wish
go
they
to
would
a,
remake the Benji movies.
Yeah, but what do you think about how? I mean, that's like Disney turning their cartoons into live action, and they're just like, "What are you wasting your money
You
for?"
just made me think of
I
Herbie
agree.
the
I think
Love
that's
Bug.
a disaster.
Right? They went back to the well on Herbie the Love Bug. They did Freaky Friday like a few times, and the Parent Trap. They did that a few times.
But can you argue that the originals were that great to begin with? That maybe see, I
Don't
think
you-
if you see a
Don't
movie,
you knock
right?
the Herbie movies, man?
Wait a second. If you see a movie and you think, "Wow, this could have been so good," but it wasn't, then I think you go, "Okay, step in and remake it better." But don't take something like my problem is with these classic movies that everybody knows, and it's like, this is only going to result in a worse film. It cannot be better. So why are you messing with it?
Well, how
That's
about this,
what-
Aaron? I agree with you, Aaron. What about unnecessary sequels like the recently announced Gladiator 2?
Now,
Oh,
I saw the
why?
trailer for that today, and I got to say, Denzel Washington's in it. I did not know that. I love Denzel and almost everything he does.
Right.
And I kind of like the premise to it because basically it seems like it's his kid because it's 20 some years later.
It's Lucius.
And he's like, oh, I didn't know my mom and my dad. And Denzel, man, I saw Denzel in the trailer. I'm like, damn it, now I need to see this. It looked good.
I'm kind of torn because the kid who played Lucius Aurelius, he's an actor today, and he's like 36 years old, and I think he looks better than the actor they hired to play him. But
really?
Scott, and it's Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Wait, Gladiator 2 is Ridley Scott?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, then now I gotta watch it. I thought it was just a dip at the well. I'm like, oh, it's just a Gladiator movie that they slap branding on. But if it's
dude,
Scott,
there's a shot of the Coliseum. There's a shot of the Coliseum where they filled it with water, like they did to have the boat ship fighting, whatever. That is just like, I mean, obviously it's all CG, but it's still so epic looking. You got to watch the trailer.
Last time I took acid was when I saw the first Gladiator.
Didn't they remake Ben-Hur recently?
Did they? Or Clash of the Titans? They did Clash of the Titans. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, I don't think they did Ben-Hur. It does not look terrible.
I think they did because there was the silent Ben-Hur. Then of course you had the classic, which is Charlton Heston. Right, and I thought they did one. You guys in the chat, help me out. I could have swore they remade it and it was a disaster. But
they did it. Ben-Hur originally was a silent film,
right?
And, when Rudolph Navarro was played,
right.
Yeah.
But so when they remade it DeMille did that a lot. I mean, he had his silent versions of these epics, and then he's like, "Well, now I've got sound. I'm going to remake it."
Danky Frankie says they did remake it, and it was surprisingly good.
Yeah, but who cares? That's my whole point. Is like. There's not Chuck Heston, man. It's not the original. Why can't we re-release these movies? Will the audience not accept that? It was color.
How about all the Frankenstein and Wolfman movies that they tried to do?
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, at least Rick Baker did the makeup for the Wolfman. So
true.
Yeah, but
no, it wasn't good. No, but that's when it goes back to Hollywood not having any original ideas, but then, hey, let's take this great successful film that we all love and know and make it worse.
Here's for class this past week, Courtney was assigned to watch 6 films, and then today she had to take a test on them. So I'm going to see if I can remember them all. She had to watch Harold and Maude. Which I've never seen, but I watched with her. She had to watch Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with Sidney Poitier, which I've only seen parts of, so we watched the whole thing. I thought it was fantastic.
With Kate Hepburn.
Yep.
Hepburn in there. I interrupt you for a second. The final scene in that movie where Spencer Tracy gives that big long speech and Katharine Hepburn's kind of getting weepy and stuff. They said that was a real reaction from her because they knew he was dying. And it was kind of like that speech in that film was like sort of.
Oh, did they really know?
Yeah.
Because I looked it up and I was like, oh, shit, he died right after that came out. Or he either died before it came out or after, because he died the year it came out.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it was before or after.
Yep.
So that she had to watch Dead Poet Society. She had to watch Pretty Woman. She had to watch.
Pretty Woman's a good romantic comedy.
No, it's not.
Had to watch. What was the Heath Ledger movie? A Knight's Tale?
Yeah, it is A Knight's Tale. But, dude, when she says, I want the fairy tale, I'm like, girl, you were on a corner a week ago.
I know. I mean,
I know, exactly.
She's a hooker, but
heart of gold.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
And then Jason Alexander comes in and starts talking trash, and Richard Gere's like, not against my prostitute. Stop talking shit about my streetwalker.
She's my whore, not yours.
She's my whore. Nobody talks about my whore like that.
Pretty Woman and
this is right. Harry Met Sally is a great romantic comedy.
Yeah, when Harry Met's out,
Knight's Tale. They put that.
So Knight's Tale. So what? So I got Harold and Maude. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Dead Poet Society. Pretty Woman. Damn it! What were the other? Oh, Cool Hand Luke.
That's a good cool. Movie. That's a good.
So I watched that with her. I was like, oh, because I was like, let me see the list, and I was like, okay, I'll watch a few of these, but not all of them. So her mom and I split what we watched. So I didn't watch Pretty Woman. I saw it once. That was good enough back then. But yeah, I watched Cool Hand Luke. That was just great. And then, damn it, I can't remember what the other one was, but whatever.
Those are interesting choices. I'm waiting for them to remake Jaws. I just hope I'm not alive to see it. You know, as soon as Spielberg dies, someone's going to want to remake that.
Well, and the problem is because of technology today, they'll be like, we can finally do it right and show the shark.
Right.
Like, that's the point. You don't see it because his vision got messed up. It was broken.
I'll tell you how that thing can make $1 billion.
All right, here we go.
It's called the Meg.
No, you get
those movies are so bad.
You get somebody that takes something and makes it extra horror violent, and I hate these movies. But when Rob Zombie directs like Texas Chainsaw or whatever, maybe that was Marcus Nispel, but that sort of over the top. If they did Jaws, where when you did see the shark, you were seeing like bone getting crushed and blood and screaming and like, you know, people would watch that.
Well, if I can share something, Aaron, I want to share a remake that I think we all can agree upon that needs to be made.
All right, let's see.
All right,
Sydney Sweeney in Barbarella.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know,
I'm okay with that.
Hell yeah!
Hey, if they match it frame for frame, I'm good with that.
Now hang on a second.
Down.
Barbarella is a crap movie, so they could actually make it good. They could make it good.
Such a shit movie,
and it's already better, dude. Come on.
How about her in 1 Million BC remake? You know, with some Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
Now we're talking.
Well, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pause it. Sorry. I could scroll through and turn the sound off and show the trailer. There's a trailer.
Turn the sound off.
There's a trailer for it. Seriously?
I just saw it. So let's.
Are you sure this is real? All right. Let's see. Screen culture. I've seen where they do trailers and they're just stuff mashed together. So we'll see.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks CG. Wow. Fuck.
Because I didn't think they even started filming it yet. Because we talked about that a couple weeks ago. The remake.
Yeah, I don't care. It looks cool though. If you don't mind me sharing.
Well, let's see it. Yeah. Share it. Turn the sound off. We don't need to hear it.
Yeah, that's not really why we're watching it. Is for the sound.
Exactly.
Yeah, Justin Side says Dan Fraga just pitched Sharknado.
It's not real, but cool.
It's not.
Have you never seen Sharknado?
No, I heard about it. Like it's.
Oh my gosh, it's so horrible.
It's really gory.
It's just bad on every
level. The special effects are so bad, but it's supposed to be cheese.
No, I'm saying do it full on. Like gory. Hey.
This is AI.
That's AI.
Yeah, it's all AI. It's all.
Dude, one frame is all it took.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then clips from other movies.
Yep.
So, but they're seriously considered doing this, or is the whole thing fake?
No,
they're Edgar Wright is supposed to be doing it with Sydney Sweeney as a remake. Yeah.
AI boobs.
So they actually, and she doesn't need AI boobs. So
I know, but they're way too shiny.
They actually cast an actress that has boobs for the remake.
Hey, I like those.
They keep showing the same picture of her.
Yeah.
That's what they do when they make these trailers like this. Yeah, they just do these AI shots and whatnot. And
well, I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I'm interested. I would rather see 1 Million BC though, to be honest with you, because then I get dinosaurs too.
That movie sucked too.
I know, but it was Raquel Welch, man. I used to do clips from that on my Sunday show, and it's like there's a shot where there's dinosaurs attacking this kid, and she's going to go help, but she does this with her hair first.
Oh, does she? She had her eyelash. She had like mascara on or false eyelashes.
Oh yeah, well, all the cave women were just like smoking hot, and then they had these guys who were like,
"Oh my god, that's hilarious."
Oh yeah.
Speaking of cave women, Andy, Aaron, where did Cro-Magnon Man come from? Sorry, so me and Andy were talking about. That's going to be a conspiracy thing.
Cro-Magnon Man.
Cro-Magnon Man. We're gonna have to have a talk about.
I'm going to tick off. See. Don't start me on this. I had a guy who canceled his purchase of one of my books because he was a scientist that what do you call it?
Evolutionary.
Are you talking after that Monday night stream?
Yeah, when I got on Reenie about the birds, evolving into dinosaurs and stuff.
You know how I've reconciled with both working just fine.
I don't want to.
is
I don't
that
pick off Paul Taylor. He's my resident biologist. So go ahead.
check this out. This is my whole thing, because my brain has to reckon. You know what I'm saying? It has to reckon with things, because yeah, Billy, where did the Cro-Magnon man come from, and all that?
Well, I thought that was a joke.
Well, no, but what?
I don't want to talk. I think we should save this. I'm gonna have a whole show on this.
Fragus, you froze up, dude. Right when you're about to reveal where it came from, you froze up.
Oh, he froze up.
I've seen that look on his face before. I mean, I'm looking down at him when I see it.
It's usually like a fat spliff in that hand and a big bunch of smoke coming out of his mouth.
Bell Winters, grab that freeze frame right there and do something with that.
Yeah, we can do it. And then
dude, you could do a meme. You could do a meme with smoke just moving out of you, like just continuing like a,
have you seen that? Have you seen that still photo? Have you seen that still photo after the debate of Dr. Jill screaming into the microphone?
Yeah,
she's like that, and Joe's just standing behind her. Have you seen that still photo?
Yeah.
You have, Billy?
Oh, yeah.
All I can think about is I want to place something else in her hand where that microphone is, and then go, God. This is why Joe married her.
Anyway,
you got it.
Braga. Yeah.
Braga, you froze.
I know. I don't want to get kicked again. No, evolution. What is a day to God? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is?
Well, there is that argument, of course.
No, what is creation to God? Creation could be through evolution. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, there's
dude, think about you're a cook, right? You don't just go
arguing
cake.
with
you. Yeah, you don't just go cake. You go through a process. So there was a point in time where the cake was batter. You know, and there's going to be a period of time of batter times.
Yeah, dude, looking at batter.
I'm familiar with the argument. I don't agree with it, but I'm familiar with the
argument. It's not an argument. That's just how I reconcile with it, because otherwise there are a lot of questions.
Point of view. It's a point of view.
I just have one thing to say, if I may.
Yeah.
If we are we're all familiar with Neanderthal man, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm a tall
man.
And
we're all familiar with Cro-Magnon man, who's been scientifically changed to early modern humans or something like that.
Okay.
Early modern day humans, right? If you look at a Cro-Magnon man's skull, you see a direct,
as one does,
evolutionary progress from, say, Lucy, right? The first Homo erectus.
Hey, watch your language. I'm going to get canceled.
Hey. Don't bash homos for getting erect, Billy.
Anywho, troglodytes.
What about hetero erectus? Don't leave us out. If it wasn't for hetero erectus, there'd be no homo erectus.
You take I'll take hetero erectus for $200.
Didn't take long, did it?
Yeah. No. Okay, right. So we see that, right? And you see, right? If you look at the skull evolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see, okay, Neanderthal man did maybe descend from, say, Lucy, right? The very first Homo erectus.
Yep.
Then Cro-Magnon man shows up the same time Neanderthal man is there. Where did he come from?
Let me just throw this out.
At the same time.
You guys ever heard of Nebraska man?
Yes.
It was a pig's tooth. Okay, so all I'm saying
is a pig's tooth.
Yeah, they built
I've never even heard of it,
this entire guy, and it turned out that what they based it on was a pig's tooth they'd found. So, and I know that's just one weird example, but I'm just saying there's a lot of theory involved with partial evidence. And so just be honest about what you're presenting. That's all I say. It's like, you can't sit there and tell me evolution is a fact because you can't undeniably prove it. And so just present it as a theory and say, I've got some facts that support this theory. And I'm okay with that. But don't try and tell me that you got it all figured out, because we know that there's holes in a lot of these arguments for a lot of things. So let's just say this is what I believe, or this is what I think based on this information. But when you start belting people over the head with this is a fact and this is how it is and there's no other explanation, you're like, dude, you can't prove that without
hurt you.
So stop.
Just share my screen real quick.
No, I'm just saying these are arguments that I get into with people, and then they get offended when I say, "Look, and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that what you're presenting to me is a theory, presented as a theory, not as a fact, because it's not a fact."
Well, here's another.
I'm just saying, if you put something else in her hand, you know why Joe married her.
Oh my gosh!
It looks like she's doing a Hawk Tua and a Three Stooges eye poke at the same.
There you go. Malin.
She's doing a Hawk Tua.
Oh,
she's like, this is what keeps Joe alive.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, this is my channel. Clean it up, Andy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Jeez, you and Billy, man, taking it off.
Well,
hey, Dan's the one that nailed it when she's doing a Hawk Tua.
How about here's another thing, Aaron? If they say there could be life on Mars, right?
No.
Oh my God, we found something it would look like it was water, and there was a clump of cells.
Hey, now hang on a second. According to John Malin, we haven't even gone to the moon. So how could there be life on Mars if we can't even get to the moon? Anyway, go
my God, that's like, remember when Paul was saying, when he's like, well, didn't the space shuttle blow up? And then what did Paul said, well, we blew something up. And then Graham was just left. Oh, no, you? One of you guys was like, I got to go. I'm not even
Graham left first. Aaron just silently bowed out. Next thing I know, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah. He's not here anymore.
There was Aaron left.
Man, I tell you,
they blew something up.
No.
Anywho, so they say a clump of cells, right, proves that there was life on Mars, right?
Right. I don't know.
That's what the scientists.
Well, no, that's what they would say is what he's saying.
Did they actually find?
No, if they did find a clump of cells in some water or something, they would say there's life on Mars.
Right, but if it's inside of a body, a clump of cells.
That's not a life.
That's not life.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Oh, that's where they confuse themselves.
That's where they confuse.
But I think Malin brings it home when he says the dome is undefeated. I mean, you can interpret that many different ways.
I don't know about that.
Undefeated right here.
Yeah.
The three of us know the dome is undefeated. Billy will learn someday.
No, here you go. The Mars is round, moon is round, sun is round, but Earth is flat.
Well, Shelley believes that.
Shelley got you guys. You guys have no idea how hot Shelley got from Paul Ravoche's scientific explanation of.
That's why Aaron really bowed out, because Shelley came over and hit the exit button. She's like, "That's enough of this, Aaron." Click.
She was fuming, man. She was fuming. Wow. So that's all that math, it's all the spherical geometry and physics and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about
I tapped out as soon as I could in math.
Hollow Earth.
Yeah. Now that would be cool if there were dinosaurs in there, like Khazar and stuff. That would be awesome.
Hey, Billy, do
you mean like Godzilla and King Kong?
Do you feel like
dimensional though, isn't it?
The U.S. basketball dream team of when Jordan was on it?
Yeah.
You and Ethan are gonna come after Dennis and myself regarding Kennedy.
What does that have to do with the dream team? Oh, me and Ethan are the dream team.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, you guys will be destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See that? Yeah, you're following me. I'm laying down breadcrumbs, Bertie.
Wait a second. Hang on. I got to address this. What she was saying was that your presuppositions can alter your facts. So you have to make sure that your presuppositions are correct, or everything is screwed up. So that was kind of the point she was making. Okay.
John cracks me up. Show John's latest chat.
Oh, he went in depth.
Hollow Earth
is actually the underside of Earth. I went in depth on this. Damn it, I missed that one.
Gosh, darn.
We need to have Andy. We need to do a follow-up with Flat Earth to Round Earth. And get John.
I know we'll have
Malin's problem is he streams too late, and I'm never up that late, so I miss all this stuff.
I know.
There was no post Kangs last night.
Yeah, there was at 12:45 a.m.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
that's why I woke up and saw it this morning. I was like, no wonder I didn't see it. I was passed out.
Oh my goodness. Well, now we're starting a whole new show, so I'm going to stop it right now because it is we're into the 2-hour mark. I think that's a healthy show. I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat. It was another great time we always have when we do this. You're watching the Brofessionals. Of course, it's a rotating show that each of us takes a turn every week hosting. And hopefully next week it'll be Art to Bear. I kind of stepped in this week.
I'm hoping I can have it next week. If Art, I'm going to see if Art will switch with me because it was supposed to be mine, and that's the Tuesday before San Diego. So I'll be out, and you, Aaron.
And I had to throw this together last second, so I don't have links in the description of this video. But if you guys,
Marcus has been posting links.
Okay, great. So let's go around and do a little promotional tour before we sign off. Andy.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me share my screen.
You guys are always.
I'll make it quick.
So unprepared.
No, I'm ready. It's there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go.
Two things. We've got Cordrat, the Christmas Miracle, the children's book. That's right, guys. Christmas in July. It's something a little different. It is for the kiddies. It is a 24-page, or actually it's going to be 28 pages. Christmas book featuring Cordrat and Adriana. Written by Dennis, drawn by me, drawn in a simpler style, made for kids. It will ship in time for Christmas. It's a simple campaign, no add-ons. You can get all 3 books. You're like, 3? What are you talking about? Well, there's the kids book. There's also an activity book, which is the whole story in black and white, plus activities like connect the dots, crosswords, word search. And we're also doing the adult version, where I did show a before and after. So basically the adult version, it says clear on the cover. It's the mature version. On the left, you can see how a scene ends with Cordrat giving the bear some Christmas cookies and their nice friends. Kids will love that. Yeah. But on the right is for the adults, where Cordrat is eating the Christmas cookies and takes out the bear.
He punches into his face.
And he it's hard to see, he also jabbed a Christmas cookie into his eye socket. There will be dialogue, or not dialogue, but a text block above to read, which is humorous and stuff. And we're swapping many pages out, so there are 2 versions of the book. So guys, go check this out. Really affordable. You can get all 3 books for $37. And of course, you can order the other books separately. And then we can't forget about Cordrat the Awakening. This is all mature all the time. He is back fighting Vordoom the Undying. The 2 will finally meet up and clash. Who will win the Shattered Reach? Cordrat and Vordoom are fighting over the, I don't know, ownership. Could you say ownership of the Shattered Reach? I guess you could.
I could say that.
He needs to
say that.
Yes. He needs to save the Black Eagles tribe. He couldn't save his tribe, but by golly, he's going to go out of his way to save the Black Eagles tribe from the evil of Vordoom. Go check this out. We got a new game module, preview pages, lots of fun stuff. So go check it out and let's do it. Thank you.
Now someone's suggesting that we do a post bros show.
I think we should do a post bros show.
Post bros.
Stream. Frig it. I'll stream. You guys want to hang for a bit?
All right, Billy, what have you got for us?
I shared my screen.
Okay.
We are closing out She 30th anniversary, #1 30th anniversary original art editions, closing on Thursday, Thursday, the July 11th. Who did this? I did this. What an idiot. We're gonna close out on Ethan's show. He's gracefully offered to close out this stream. The cool thing is that we're just about done with fulfillment. We just got these badass metal editions. Look at these metal editions, if I may. It's an HD metal. It's very limited. Let me see if I'm on here.
Is that like, do you want me to make it big?
Yeah, can.
Oops.
Wow.
Every time.
Sorry. I really did hit the wrong button by accident.
I think I'm going to be, it's a freak Paul Lynn. I think I'm going to be Jiminy Glick and just go loo.
Jiminy Glick.
Look at this. This is a metal edition. Look at this. It's
wow.
It's this pearlized metal because it's our 30th anniversary, and then it's got an HD white metal composite on it.
Wow.
Look how hello, gorgeous. Look how special that is.
Oh my God, she's
So special. We're gonna look how special. So whoever's getting these, you're very lucky, very rare, and badass. So we're closing that out. And then next week, if I can host the bros like I was planning to, I'll talk to Art, see if he'll switch and go to a week later. I think we should start sharing a lot of stuff for San Diego Comic-Con. So I'd like to start sharing that. Lot of cool stuff. This campaign is closing. We're going to end it all. And the cool thing is, look at this. We are like a little over $18,000 away from $1 million.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you all. You guys are just amazing. You've changed our lives. And I can't wait to finish this one up. And then we launch into She Gatecrasher after San Diego Comic-Con.
Wow.
So thank you.
Billy, I don't want to brag or anything, but I'm about 700,000 away from $1 million. Just saying.
He's been doing it longer. Yeah.
That's right.
I have been doing it longer. I have. And I've done 9 campaigns. So we've done 2, we've done Zombie Sama, which are small campaigns. And then we did like a second chance campaign, and which really end up being, even though it's like $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, it comes out to be, it really helped a lot. People love it.
Oh yeah.
If you can offer books again, and like this very special limited 30th anniversary book we did. So thank each and every one of you guys for supporting it. And I'm looking forward to sharing all our cool stuff we have for San Diego Comic-Con.
Excellent.
And hanging out with Lopez.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Braga, what do you want to talk about this evening?
Big my screen.
Big your screen.
Yeah, big my screen. I'm real happy about this. Look at that.
Oh,
nice. Did you draw that just now?
No. This is just me getting my lines back, man. I can draw again.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's right. Without the shaky hand. Very nice. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bro, you're not going to give up drinking, are you?
Huh?
You're not going to give up alcohol.
No. I mean, I pace myself. This is brought to you by Athletic. A wonderful beer with no alcohol. And then this was Noah's Milk. So, a little of this, little of that. How's everybody doing today?
I don't think I'm going to drink till San Diego.
So you want to be a cheap date?
Till San Diego.
No, but I'm saying, like,
that's what he means. And then you'll get one drink in you and be all over the place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should not. How about this? Maybe since I'm always buying dinner, and of course not for Lopez, you paid for yourself, but maybe I should not drink in San Diego.
So cold.
Billy's not going to drink until San Diego. So when Lopez has a beer, Billy will have one, and they'll both be the same buzzed.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know how it is at cons, guys. When you go out now, the bros are the exception. Everything's very easy, right? We split it, etc. But come on, guys, you've had those con experiences, right? Where it's like the bill gets to you, and you're like $80 short, and you're like, "Come on, guys!" I put in mine.
I've never.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Never cheated on a bill ever.
Well, I can name some of our fellows who have, but I won't.
Well, then I think you should call people out, Billy. Is what I think.
Oh, well, they're banned from ever going to dinner ever again.
Okay. Kit Carter, Planet Doom.
That's sexiness.
This poster just went to the printer today, finally. And I got the sketchbook is at the printers. I just had to reorder shot glasses because we ran out. So I'm going to run out. So I got those orders in. I want to announce, I'm going to send out an update to people that are backing the Kit Carter Planet Doom. There is a Kit Carter ash can that will be a San Diego exclusive. But I will offer it up to people that have backed the campaign at a discounted price. So be looking for an update coming very, very soon for that. Anyway, so we're less than 2 weeks from closing this baby out. So it's getting lettered as we speak, and everything, all the extra stuff is done or at the printers. And so it looks like we're knocking on the door of 125,000. And if we do that you get the Empire Comics box sticker that goes on your comic book box. So now I've got to draw that. But other than everything else is out of my hands at this point. And so it won't be long now. So get in there and back this campaign. There's no link here on Indiegogo. Of course, I'm shadow banned, so you can't find it on Indiegogo, but you can go to AaronLopresti.com, and there's a link right there for it.
Aaron, I'm sorry, dude. This is such an extraordinary piece of art. There's no way you could make that. Would that be the cover to the ash can? Can you make a special edition, a 24-hour cover? Because I know it's a poster and all, but man, what a great cover.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. But I
almost
don't want,
the cover for a second chance.
I don't want to cheapen the poster. So
that's right.
Well, you're a man of integrity.
The only way you could cheapen that poster is if you did a revision where you had her unzip and paint a little flesh down below. That's
there you go. Well,
very Barbarella.
The Barbarella version. Yeah,
that's right.
All right. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Brofessionals. I think we pulled it off, considering we're short a few people, a little sketchy on the topics, but I think we rolled a pretty good show out. So
I got to see stuff I'd never seen before.
Next time we'll be talking about Cro-Magnon Man.
That's right.
We're saving that for the show. We're saving that for the show.
All right. I want to talk about dinosaur bones. I got a few opinions. Conspiracy. But anyway, thank you guys in the chat for joining us. We really greatly appreciate it. We could not do it without you guys. So have a great rest of your week, and watch Graybeards tomorrow at 2:00 if you're around. As we're
DNA show with Abra's 2 cents and Bella Winters, 3 p.m. Eastern.
So that's tomorrow.
Yes,
right before us.
That's why we do it.
Watch Andy and skate right into
skate right, and we tell people that when we end the show.
Hey, Fraga, you were supposed to be on, and I forgot to remind you.
Yeah,
like you were going to do it like June 26th. So when are you available to come on?
Well, this is too close of an invite. Soon, next week would be great. Probably.
Yeah. Well, help me, remind me.
Make it awesome.
All right.
I don't want to be like, oh, draw your favorite cereal box character.
Well, come on. That's good stuff.
That is good.
It's actually not a bad idea.
We've done it already.
Have you really?
Yeah, I did the Frankenberry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did you guys think of Unfrosted? Did you guys see Unfrosted?
I thought it was great.
I did too.
I want to see that. Like
it was hilarious.
We're saying goodbye.
When they were.
We're saying
goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next time.
Talk about.